What's up, guys and girls? Welcome to another episode of Champion Connections. Today I have my mate all the way from Australia, Christopher from Authority Clothing, on today's show. And this guy is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, he will break it down for you. He will tell you the truth. And he shares his journey, his passion, and how he's looking to make his impact in the world through helping street artists and collaborating to create magic. So you don't want to miss this one. Here it is.
At the end of the day, mate, people don't, or it's not the left brainers in the world that shape the world. It's the right brainers in the world. The people are a little bit more creative, a little bit more daring and take risks.
For sure.
Left brainers, they're very academic, mate, and they can definitely do what they say they can do on paper, but they don't break boundaries, you know?
Yeah.
I've never actually pursued an educational path because I've always had the desire to travel and get out there and experience actually life from different cultures, different work placements, stuff like that.
For sure.
And now I'm starting to take off in my own project because I've decided to try and break those boundaries and create things. And I'm just teaching myself everything as I go along, mate.
Hey, man, I figure I've from experience, learning by doing is like the fastest way. Like
exactly.
There's no manual. Well, there are manuals, but like there's no manual that teaches you like the mistakes that happen, the obstacles that are coming.
You make your own manual.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm making my own manual as I go. I'm working with a few people at the moment, like one lady who's in marketing. She's in her final year of uni.
Okay.
She's very good. She's very regimented. She only knows what they've taught her.
Yeah.
She's never been in the real workplace. And in the real workplace, using that regimented kind of work ethic, it works fantastic, I'm sure. But if you're really trying to stand out as a brand or a business, you're never going to get anywhere, mate.
For sure.
You need to break boundaries. You need to start growing trends, not going with what's already happening.
Yeah.
University and stuff like that, they teach you how to do things that have already been done.
Definitely.
It's funny, but it's great working with people that have a vision and know how to take that vision and break it and take it to the next level. And that's what I'm trying to look for at the moment, is people to work with, people to collaborate with, and so we can bounce ideas and stuff like that, push each other's business, different brands, and yeah, it's good. I was always in an events background.
Yeah.
You can get very creative in events. I was working in New Zealand, I was working in the States, and we were putting on shows and events basically for private parties. I was working at a summer camp in America, so we worked with some pretty high profile kids at a nice place in California. We had some good budgets, so we could really put on some good gigs.
Yeah.
And that kind of like fueled my creativity or my mind to think outside the box a little bit. When I moved to Australia, I had to get a job straight away, so I started working in a bar. As you do when you first move to a new place, you just need to find some sort of income. So I found a restaurant on Flinders Lane in the city, and then I thought to myself, right, what am I going to do in this city? Really want to keep me here and challenge my kind of work ethic, challenge me as a person.
Yeah, for sure.
On the train, I was going to work one day, and I thought of a few different things. I suppose you could say like a bucket list of what I want to do over the next 10 years. And one of them was like, I want to actually start a clothing label. Never thought of it before in my life. Never even thought I'd even take that step.
Yeah.
But on the train this day, I was like, this is what I want to do. So over the next month, I started drafting up a few ideas. And this is just all by hand because at this time I wasn't competent on any of the kind of like creative programs. We had no idea about those. So it was all by hand, and then I started appreciating as I was on my way to work. A lot of the artwork is just a little bit of art here.
It's
I started appreciating a lot of the street art that I was walking past on my way to work.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, man, check out all this beautiful, beautiful art. And it doesn't live on the streets very long. It's just here for a certain amount of time. It's so good. I want to try and be able to push this. I want to try and be able to push these people's kind of talents. So then what I did was I came up with the brand Authority Clothing, And I started approaching street artists. I did a bit of research about them. Started approaching street artists to see if they would be interested in collaborating with myself and creating a garment range based around their work. At first, I started to get a lot of declines because new guy in town, doesn't have a website, doesn't have this, doesn't have connections. You know, at the end of the day, these guys are taking a risk in signing up to a business that is just an idea.
Yeah.
So I took a lot of declines. And then I started to, basically I never gave up. Took the next step. So then I just carried on going, started building a website anyway. And I started blogging about artists. So I started going to exhibitions. Instead of approaching them saying, hey, do you want to collaborate? It was more a case of, yeah, take a few photos of what they're doing and actually blog about them. So that was kind of like my model for a little while, just to try and get me in the scene, which is pretty good, because I then started just only a few. I wasn't concentrating on lots, but just one or two different artists, just becoming acquainted with these people through a different way. And then I came up with the idea, because what I wanted to do is I really wanted to push their work, and I wanted to create a billboard or a canvas, a different style of canvas for their work. And when I say street artists, you know, people sometimes imagine tags and stuff like that, but what we're looking at is something completely different. We're looking at a lot of different mediums, because there's lots of different styles of art.
Yeah. And
Melbourne is one of the capital cities of street art in the world. So then I decided I'll approach artists and I'll say, instead of, you know, me coming to you and asking for you to put a certain piece to a t-shirt, how about I fund you to do a mural in the city? So I'll provide the materials for you. You can hit the streets, put this mural up. I will then take this particular artwork and we'll do a limited edition run of this particular piece. So that was, you know, I really like that idea, because I'm really trying to push their kind of talent. I'm trying to fund and fuel their passion. What I decided then was, let's make it interactive, because people love interaction. That's what people buy into. You know, you can have a t-shirt, and a graph on a t-shirt is just another t-shirt.
Definitely.
You know, so let's make it interactive. So the location where they put the artwork, I document them putting it up. So if you go to the website, you can see the Steve Jones one. We funded that mural. We did a documentation of the mural process of how we put it up. So that was through videography and photography. And then what we do on the swing tag that's attached to the garment, we name the name of the street artist, the name of the street art piece, and the exact location of where you can find the art in the city.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, so for example, if you post this particular garment, you can follow how the art grew. So from the word go, you can follow it, you can see the mural being put up through the documentation for our website. You can then check out the exact location of where the street art is located within whichever city we are based. So the Steve Jones one, you got the street art location, and on another swing tag, I've got a QR code that you can scan, and then that will take you straight to Steve Jones' profile. So, and we'll also have a link to Google Maps. So you hit get directions, and it'll log straight into Google Maps, and it will give you directions to the piece in the city.
That is, using technology like that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so we're integrating technology, we're integrating art, we're creating a canvas for each individual art piece. We're funding artists' passion, and they're getting on the streets, and they're building communities. Like street art is about building communities, and you know, putting a nice piece up on a wall, you know, it really lifts community spirit.
Sure.
We're also advertising local businesses, because, for example, if there's a laneway with a local business down there, like a coffee shop or something like that, never gets touched, because Melbourne is full of these intricate little laneways, and it doesn't get much foot traffic. If we were to place an art piece or do a mural close to this particular business, then through our app that we're creating, and through the website and stuff like that, it will create exposure around a particular area.
Definitely.
So it's gonna bring foot traffic to local businesses.
I told you we won't stop. No. You like that, right? Well, we had so much to talk about that I had to break it up into multiple interviews. So this is just part 1. I hope you come back for part 2. It'll be like Trapped in a Closet. We'll have like 30 series. Yeah. Okay, see you next time.